are you?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm good. When I heard you for Florida, I was very concerned. Is everything okay? Because I heard
Yeah. Like Orlando area it's pretty good. I know Tampa got hit really bad, and look at that little celebration thing.
I don't know. Continue. I don't know what happened. All right, go ahead.
Yeah, so Tampa got hit really bad, but I think Orlando was pretty good. Like, I didn't lose power at all, so really surprised by the whole experience.
Okay, I'm glad you're good. Everything's good. Coke and playing good? Because I remember you text me, everything's bad. So I don't know if we'll cancel, but everything seems good, right?
I think so. They kind of fixed.
What is happening on IG? I think this. I have to know. I don't know what's going on. That's not me. I think when I do this, it's just I don't know. But
if I do this, no.
I don't know.
No, it didn't do it. I think you had the latest. Oh, what? There you go.
What? Okay. All right. Well, everything seems good, right?
I think so. They fixed, some things on my right ear implant. I might have to upgrade. The upgrade is really expensive, so I'm just trying to hold on as long as I can. I'm sure there's some care credit, loan that I could do to get a new one. But right now it seems okay, but I know I need to upgrade at some point because the models, it came out in 2014, so it's 10 years old. So it's definitely old.
What processors do you have?
I had the Nuclear 6.
Oh. I think I have the same ones. I think I had the 7. I'm not sure when.
Okay.
I think it's the 7.
Yeah, I think that looks like the 7. Yeah, that looks like the 7. I had the 7 on my left ear. I had the N6. I want to upgrade the 8. But I really surprised by how much progression it had from the old models to the newer ones, like the wireless features and the Bluetooth to your phone. Like, I never had that opportunity. Like, I always had to use my headphones or make sure I'm in a quiet place if I'm talking to someone on the phone. So it's really cool to see that the technology is improving so much for us. Now we're getting all the benefits. Now we can be like the cool people that just listen to the phone without anybody knowing what we're listening to. So
facts. I'm glad everything's good. Without further ado, can you introduce who you are and for those that don't know you?
Okay. Hi, I'm Krystal, Alexandria. I was born in Australia, currently living in America. I was born profoundly deaf, and I had my first implant. Oh, jeez, I forgot. I think I was like 18 months old, I think. I was very young in Australia for that implant. I think I was one of the first ones to get that particular model for the internal device in Queensland.
The back part? Yeah,
I had that little...
Yeah, I still have that. I think it was
Oh my God, you still have it?
I think I had that in 2000 because I had my hand lost when I was 1 year old. I still have the back part. I hate that. That's just the worst.
So my mom made me a little backpack with a pouch. So I'm wearing I have to... It's so funny because I was like, oh, it's a little backpack, and I walk around with it, and this long ass cable that comes with it.
Bro, I hate that. When processors will stop working, I hate that. I just hate it. It's the worst. I don't even know why they make the back part. It's just, but thank God.
Wait, do you put it in your pocket or something?
Yeah, the same thing as my mom. She made that when I was when I was 10, 9 years old, whatever. It's like I used to sweat a lot. And my technology stopped, so I had to use the processor. And then my mom, because I was tall, I was like 5'8", or when I was 10 years old, so I had to make the back part. It was a struggle. It's a real struggle. I don't know about you, but
it's. Luckily, I went through life not dismissing things, but just see the rainbow side of it. So I think I had a little better experience, but I had bullying. A lot of the times I just dismissed what people were saying about me, what they're judging about me, because I think that was the benefit I had in my childhood, but at the same time, it's hard because you have so much anxiety. Like, you're worrying about the implant, you're worrying about the rain, you're worrying about the batteries, you're worrying about if you can't hear the person, you're worrying about, oh, what's happening now? Oh, we're supposed to go over there? Oh, what page we're supposed to be on for the book? And it's just, I was like wondering as an adult, like, why do I have so much anxiety? It's so weird. My partner would be like, just chill, you're fine. I'm like, no, I need to have my batteries. I need to, like, it's just like this constant everyday life. And it's really hard to adjust because you're in a place where, like, you're more independent, you've done this your whole life, and you're still stressing about things that it's okay. You just, fish you bring a spare one, or just remember things. I think that's, I don't know if you had that same thing where you had so much anxiety and it's just like, it's frustrating.
I feel you. I feel you. I know the pain, the struggles. Oh my God. And the worst part is when your coke implants stop working or you lose it, it just felt like so depressing, so down, and you really want to list something like your favorite TV show, your music, podcast. It's just really feel down. You want to hear like a favorite a sound, something. It's just I have that jealousy where I'm jealous of other people that gets to hear and I don't. But then I realized that I can use as a piece, like meditation, or sometimes when I was in high school and on the train, it's just too noisy and crowded. I just use that to, read a book. It's quiet. A lot of people don't have that opportunity. Like, I don't want to hear this drama, this BS. I just wish I could mute the world. And we have the opportunity to do that.
Yeah.
I just started to see if I'm listening.
No, it's interesting that you say that. I do have FOMO because I have a loud family. FOMO, like fear of missing out. So I always wore my hearing aids all the time. I remember when I had my surgery for this year, and I had it done when I was 19 years old. And they had to put this big bandage on my head, so I couldn't wear this one.
Wait,
just the way the bandage.
When you was 19, when you had two?
So I had two. So I grew up with 1 year. And it took so long. I wish I had it done when I was a kid, but I went through so much trauma with my first implant because I went through 3 different internal devices. Yeah, that's a whole other story.
Okay. But I got another question. Someone said, doesn't anxiety equals adulting? Yes, it does. Adulting and a hearing loss. That's another struggle. So you have 2 struggles: adulting and hearing loss. But I don't know. You wanna share that? I don't know. This person comment. Like, what do you think?
I think adulting is kind of like you're doing this without your parents because you grew up with your parents. Oh, you're the one that's taking. They're the driver in your life. But once you become an adult, you're like, oh, so I'm supposed to take over the steering wheel. So that anxiety is like a different level. So I agree with that. I feel like, because you can't just call your mom about everything, but you can't. But I think it's good to like try and learn how to drive yourself,
So what was it like? What was like school for you? Like school, college? So how did you navigate that? Do you want to share your experience, your story? How was you able? Yeah.
Yeah. So in high school, I had a teacher aide that came to classes. I think it was grade 8. It was first year of high school for us in Australia. I had a teacher aide that came to every class, and I think after a semester, I like my freedom. And part of it, I think I'm embarrassed to have someone helping me. So
like a para? You mean like a para?
What's that?
Like a para, like assistant who
walks
like you around.
We call it teacher aide. So I guess is that what you call it?
Yeah, it's like a professional para. So where like they walk you around to school if you need anything, like little special needs, something like that. But it's like it's the same vocabulary, like assistant.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So their job is to make sure I understand what the teacher is saying. If I had any questions, I can ask that person directly without interrupting the whole class, kind of thing. So I told them that I do struggle more, and I tried to cut back classes with the teacher aide. So I said, I think English is where I struggle the most. And there's like some classes I was like, I don't need your help in sport. I don't need your help in math. You know, I was very good at math. And I think, I'm trying to remember what grade I was where I didn't need a teacher aide inside the class. I think that was like grade 9 onwards. That's when I established, like, hey, I'm okay. I will ask questions if I need to. And you know how you have electives in high school? I didn't have the opportunity to have electives. They kind of like mandatory have me do study lessons with the teacher aide. So my job was to bring any homework, bring any questions, any assignments that I really need help with, and I bring it to the study sessions in your schedule. So instead of everyone going to Spanish, I'm going to the teacher aide's session room and help with the homework and assignment. And that was the best thing I ever did. Instead of having the teacher aide follow me everywhere, I just used the study periods to go over things I had really trouble with, and that was a really great benefit for me. Even though I feel bummed out that I missed out some of the electives, but at the same time, I end up getting better grades because of that extra time and help. And then in college, I was kind of by myself in college. I just, you know, I let the professors know, like, hey, this is what I have. If I have trouble, can I have access to the notes afterwards, or recordings of the lecture so I can watch it again later. Usually, something fell. The hurricane is still falling apart.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So it's just a lot of, you know, try and stay on top of it. I was lucky to be raised by a strong mom who taught me to, you know, how to be independent, how to ask for help, even though I hate asking for help, but I try and do it because I know in the future it's gonna be harder. Like if there's an exam coming up and I don't understand what I'm studying right now, it's gonna be a big problem. And part of it's just having a really strong support system around you. So if you have really good friends that are very understanding, and if they're in the class with you, they kind of knew already, like, okay, Krystal didn't understand. Let me quickly help her. And I really appreciated that. So I say there's a lot of bullying as a kid. So I don't know if you ever had bullying as a kid. Some people thought
you're not alone. You're not alone. You're not alone.
I think everyone gets bullied at school. But what's interesting is that when I went to high school, college, that was the technology has changed so much during that time. That's when the iPhone came out. That's when, you know, the PlayStation and stuff like that. So when they saw my ear, they're like, oh, you have the bionic ear? What is it? They were like asking a lot of questions, and they would say like, oh, you can plug your phone to that? Well, like they were just like fascinated with it. So now people were saying, oh, do you have this Bluetooth device behind the ear? Like, you know how people wear like this earpiece to talk on the phone? Yeah. People thought it was that. I was like, no, it's not.
You're not the only one. The other person thought it was like some beat, something like, no, like, I don't know. But how did you self-advocate yourself? Did you had to struggle in school or college, or self-advocacy for yourself? Or
so like when I first meet the teacher, I, you know, try to introduce myself. Hey, this is the disability I have. This is all I need from you is, you know, just try and be mindful where you face the classroom. Like sometimes they keep talking in front of the board, and that's sometimes I have trouble with that. But most of the time, I try and sit up at the front of the classroom and just try and get the best of it.
What about? Do you have any tips or strategy? Like if a person that's really struggling, maybe is shy or an introvert, really needs to self-advocate for themselves, what advice would you tell that student, or what would you tell yourself, younger self?
I just try and think about, you know, when the anxiety worries about the future. So I'll always tell myself, I don't say anything now, it's going to get harder later. So it's good to just go up to the teacher and just say it. Or you can even write a note and just say, hey, and then give it to the teacher and then walk and then go sit down. That way, just something. Just try and like count to 3 and say it.
That's good. That's good. And then moving on to you, I see you are a film actor achieving your going to your aspiration. Where did that mindset comes? Like, like I'm not going to let my hearing loss stopping me or hitting me from the hearing loss. What did that mindset come in?
Well, I think part of it, like the way my mom raised me, she's like, "What do you want to do?" I was like, "I don't know. I just whatever you want. I'll be here to support you, and we'll figure out a way to make it happen." And I think part of it, being part of sport, really helped me like expand my comfort zone because I'm around people. I'm, just I don't know. I think it came from how you've been raised as a mindset thing, like how to come out of your comfort zone. Because that's something that I fight every day in my job because I'm around 30 people on one set. There's people like I'm talking to with different accents. And so it's a lot of anxiety that I fight through. Sorry. So for my mindset, it's hard. It's hard. I think part of it is having that support system around you really goes a long way. Like having supportive friends, having a supportive partner and family. When there's days where I didn't want to do it, I just focus on being a role model to the deaf community. Try and like show people that, hey, anything's possible if you put your mind to it. So I always try and focus on that and try not give up. And just when things get hard, I just take a break. I say, okay, I'm going to walk away from this computer or take a breath from the set and just go through it. But I've been very lucky with a lot of the jobs that I've been on, just having that supportive person. And I'm really grateful for the community changing their ways to support the disability community because, like, I think ever since COVID happened, I think that changed the whole game. Like, now social media is having required captions. Now there's easy access to, FaceTiming. Because every time I FaceTime, I never get to have caption. And now, they offer that option on Zoom and FaceTime. And so it's really like, whoa, this is so... I noticed, like, my anxiety is dropping a lot because of that. Like, just of that amount of access we have. So I think seeing the change from society, having a support system, and having that achievement goals, and just, I don't know, it's just all a variety of things that helps with your mindset.
Wow. You really touch on accessibility, and how important do you think accessibility is to you?
It's so important. I mean, I feel like we should level the game. I don't know if that's even the right word for it. Like, every time I tell my boss, like, hey, just let you know, I might struggle in this noisy environment, so I would appreciate it if you thank me or call my name first so I know you're talking to me. Because there's 30 people around you shouting out directions. It's not fair for me because I'm constantly listening to everything. So listening fatigue is a problem when you're working on a 12-hour days, sometimes 20-hour days. Film sets are not fun sometimes, I'm going to go that long. So listening fatigue is real. Even though I listen all day, every day, it's still there. It doesn't matter how good I get it, it's still there. And then just, I don't know, just always fighting for yourself. Sometimes it's exhausting, but once you get used to the people around you, because there's some jobs where it goes for 3 months, so after like first week it can be hard, but after that it gets easier because everyone gets used to like, okay, Miss, you call Krystal, tap my shoulder, or just like just creating those tools, I guess, to do your job easier.
The person says, that's why I take my CE off after a long day at work. Okay. Yeah. Do you do that? Because I don't. I actually don't. Because I need it. Because I tend to listen to a lot of music and podcasts, motivation. I just don't. Maybe there's different... People have different preferences.
Yeah. Now you say that, let's say if I do long road trips and I'm listening to music, sometimes I do get overstimulated. It's like, okay, this is too much. I want to lower it down or just off. That happens sometimes. Okay. When I'm at a bar, I do feel overstimulated. It's like, oh my God, this is too much. And I'll tell my boyfriend, like, let's go outside for a minute, just to like, because you just get like, it's like.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel you. Like, it's too much. It's like headaches. Maybe I need to take it off, lower down, or like a little, like a classic music. Just calm down. Like,
Yeah.
Something like that. Yeah, I feel you.
Do you get sore ears sometimes? Like the ear part, like where the implant sits, do you get little like, what's it called? It's like sometimes your ears just feel sore from holding your implants. Maybe it's probably from my headphones, because my headphones do push against it.
I don't know.
Right here gets a little sore. I don't know. Do you get that sometimes?
It's not a sore, maybe a headache. Yes, I get, because I'm doing so much. I need to I need to shut off. I'm burning myself out. I need to relax. I mean, take a nap. I do have that headache. Maybe I don't know about a sore, but a headache, no soreness for me. It's just exhaustion. Okay, cool. But I want to go back on what do you want to see in companies or in business or school or education accessibility? What changes do you want to see in the future so that kids and students and workers can have a efficient balance?
Well, it's been 10 years since I've been at school, so I'm sure it's changed a lot since then, because, online schooling became a huge thing in the last 5 years, I believe. I know captions was a big one, having live captions, but I'm sure that I have that nowadays. I feel like Q&A form, I don't know what's it called, like where you type your questions and then if the classmates see the question,
I know
I feel like they probably had that in some groups where they offered that option. I think that would be a good way to get everyone's input, or don't want to interrupt the teacher while they're talking. I don't know, I think that would be a cool way to get interaction with your classmates. I don't know. I feel like smaller classrooms would be the best way for all of the students' experience, really, because the classrooms are getting bigger and bigger and more students, and that can be hard because everyone has different needs, and with those who have a disability is even stronger. It's like, I shouldn't say stronger. It's like it makes it harder for us to compete with the other students who already have hearing as a natural thing to do. For us, we're like, okay, and then we get tired because it's 4-hour lectures, and I was like, I can't do 4-hour lecture. I remember college parties are nice. I don't know how you guys talk at college parties. I don't get it. I can't hear anybody.
That's so true. It's so annoying. Well, even when it's so noisy, I have one co-worker friend. I had to tell somebody, keep come to my right because I can't hear you on my left. It's a struggle. But before I had the insecurity, I don't want to tell it. But now I'm an adult. Yo, if you're gonna respect me or disrespect me, I'm gonna cut you off. If you're gonna respect me, just come to my right. That's it. Simple.
Yeah.
But yeah.
But do you have natural responses where you go, yeah, and then if they ask you a question and you're like, is that a question or that was a sentence? I don't know. And there's a lot of those things that my friends pick up on. I was like, Krystal, you're not hearing me? I was like, no, I'm not hearing you. Because I could tell the way my face expressions if I don't understand something, or if I'm not hearing you right, and I'm just trying to follow along just to because I can't, there's not much I can do in that situation. Or I just didn't have the heart to tell them hey, I can't hear at all. But you look like you're having fun. I'm just gonna respond to your body faces, face expressions.
Yeah, I read a lot of body languages. I think we're experts on body languages. Yeah, I don't know for you, but yeah.
Yeah. Looking at their faces and stuff, that's funny.
Yeah, I want to go back to you're a film editor. So what inspired you to become a film editor?
It's funny. One of the reasons I chose film editing is because I thought I don't have to talk to people.
You say what?
The only reason I chose to do film editing is because I thought I don't have to talk to people.
Oh, okay.
It's not true. You talk to the producer and director a lot. But honestly, to be honest, I chose editing because it's very technical, it's very visual kind of job, and I felt like I could do a very good job at it. But the people's thing was like an extra bonus for me, but I ended up being wrong very quickly into the job. Because there are some some directors like to sit with the editors, so I'm, listening to their directions while I'm editing. So that was a fun challenge. But I really enjoy editing because it's like I'm thinking outside of the box. I'm a very unique person. I came from a very different world from these people, so it's I bring this unique vibe in the edit, like it's when we're talking about body language, we're reading body language, so I respond to reactions in the scenes. Like it's just I have a different the way of thinking as an editor, and that's something I do very well with. And people still hire me, so I feel like I'm doing a great job in that.
Yeah. Do you have any advice for those who wants to be a film editor or no?
I feel like just practice. Find a mentor that you can learn from and be an assistant editor first, so you can learn the workflow of the system. So if you want to be a documentary filmmaker, then find professionals in the field and be an assistant editor for them and learn the system. And that way you have a base to work from. And honestly, just like be open to feedback. There's so many ways you can make a film. So you're pretty much playing God on film editing. So I think it's cool that if you're interested. Oh my God, I don't even know what I'm talking about. I'm going all over the place.
All right, I have 3 more questions. I know time is running up, but I want to quickly. What advice would you give parents with a what advice would you give parents with a deaf child that trying to help them to succeed? Since you're successful, you're a film editor, you are inspiring the deaf community. What advice would you give parents who's struggling to?
Okay, so what I recommend is to encourage your child to do a lot of things. So my mom had me play a lot of sport, and that really changed the whole game. So like I was doing swimming, basketball, soccer, athletics. So she's always pushing me out there, being exposed to society, being around different people every day, learning to talk to people. That was one big thing that I had to really learn, because if you just baby a child at home, they're not going to learn how to communicate. They're not going to learn how to be outside in the environment. So I do recommend just encourage independence in your child, encourage hobbies, and just really help inspire your kid to do a lot of things, because that will go a long way as an adult, because it's very, very easy to hide. It's very easy to isolate yourself because it feels like it's easier. Part of it could be because you got scared or too much anxiety, or it's just, and you won't be able to improve if you just keep isolating yourself. So I think it's important to just take your child outside into the world, travel, go to the park, just constantly I shouldn't word stimulate, constantly stimulate your child to a lot of different things, like watch a movie, play games, go swimming, just being around a lot of kids, because that could be, you need your social skills, because if you don't have social skills, then how are you supposed to speak for yourself? So I think just, it's going to be a lot of work. It's, always have a lot of speech therapy.
I feel you.
Yeah, and just have a lot of extra, it's not homework, but just try and be more involved in your child education. Because one thing that what my mom really did well is making sure that I do a lot of extra reading, a lot of reading words out loud so that you're pronouncing, just getting a lot of practice as a kid, because once you get to an adult, it pays off. Once you, because it gets harder, if you have trouble pronouncing words, so rap helped me. Yeah, that speaks really fast.
Yeah, I feel you. To touch on that is when you have a child that's going through challenges, it's really hard to manage that, and the child has to really discover himself and understand himself. There's two different parts that's really challenging, and what I can say is the parent can do their part, and the child also needs to do their part. So, because coming from me, my parents made a lot of sacrifices, go through speech therapy, going to school, go to IP, going back and forth. So it's all really about two roles. The child needs to do their part, and the parents need to do their part.
Yeah. It's a lot of work. It's really hard. There are some days where like you get upset because you like, what's going on with my implant? Because you get new mapping every like 3 to 6 months as a kid, and I hated change because it sounds like I hated it because it's like tuning a guitar. So you used to hearing one sound, and then all of a sudden it sounds different. So you have to adapt every time.
Yeah, you gotta raise your hand if you hear.
Yes. Or the beeper. Do you have the beeper?
Yeah, the beeper. When you hear the beep, you raise your hand. Or like sometimes if it's too loud, too low, too medium, you gotta say it. Yeah. It's annoying, but they kind of make sure your posture is working correctly. So it's just I'm used to it. So yeah.
That's so funny. I've also came across.
Yeah. That leads me to the next question. Like, what book that really, you seem like you have a good mindset, good attitude. What book that helped you change your mindset?
That's a really good question.
So you love reading, so you reading out loud.
I was reading rom-com books, okay? So I was reading, well, that was in high school. But that's a really good question because I didn't read self-help books like the way you think I do. But what happened was when my mom raised me, she read all the self-help books. So she's the one that's giving me different advice, so she was like shaping my brain on how to have the strong work ethic that I was growing up with. And my mom was a business owner, so I was watching her work hard, and so it was that role model that shaped my mindset. And yeah, so that really came a long way from my my adult life. But the other really good thing I do recommend is manifestation. So it's kind of similar to goal setting, but manifestation. Well, I can't even say it right.
It's okay.
What it is, it's just like writing down your goal, but it already happened. So let's say I wanted to be an Oscar-winning filmmaker, so I say I am Oscar-winning filmmaker, and I put it on my wall, and I would look at it every day, so that it just creates that purpose and that goal to why I'm doing this and how you.
So you have on your wall. So every morning when you wake up, the first thing you see is your vision board or your goals.
Yeah, kind of
and you automatically see it, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I think you do that too. I think I've seen you have sticky notes or something like that.
Yeah, let me see. I think I do. I have my morning routine, my weekly goals, and then I have some motivation quotes, and then I have something. I'm crazy.
That's cool. That's.
But I had to do some work. I've been so busy. My schedule. I had to make some changes on my wall. But yeah, so putting like quotes, motivation quotes, vision boards really help you. So when you really get up in the morning, you feel really motivated, and you know why are you doing this. I'm gonna keep it real, child. So there's some days I have some like I'm down. I have negative thoughts. I just need like motivation quote. Okay, I gotta get up. I gotta do this X, Y, and Z. It keeps me motivated. It keeps me going. I have bad days. I have good days, but those papers kind of really help. Yeah.
And like other thing is I try and not overwhelm myself, because that's something that I do a lot. Is like I will make a long list of what to do tomorrow. Obviously, none of it will get done. So I would say, okay, I'm just gonna have 3 goals to do tomorrow. So it could be laundry, meal prep, and finish 5 scenes from this movie. Just some kind of small, achievable goals. So that way I feel good. So once I've done it, okay, I did one goal today. So it helps. It's better than doing nothing because you get things and you won't get anything done. So it's better to get 3 things done and then just keep moving forward every day. But obviously I'm still learning myself. I'm still figuring out what's my habits and because in my film life, the schedule and the routine doesn't exist.
Do you use Google Calendar? That really helps maybe, or this, you got to get this done, that, because sometimes I'm being like, what am I doing? Like Google Calendar it helps.
Well, I use Apple.
You got to plan your day before. Yeah. You know what they say? It's cliche. If you don't plan, you fail. But if you plan, success. So you got to plan throughout the week.
Yeah. So, I totally.
But yeah, go ahead.
You go ahead.
We're going back and forth. But since the audience is here, you talk about manifestation. Do you have any goals where people can really manifest? They're looking down 5 or 10 years, or maybe a month. What advice can you give them? Maybe people are struggling. They just don't know. They feel stuck. Do you have any advice to help those people?
So, that's a good question. So, like, advice if they get stuck on their goal, or just anything in general.
No, okay. How about this? You said you do manifestation. How do you work? What do you do?
Okay, so for my Oscar-winning project, well, that was a different one. That's like a long-term goal. So, I think what. Okay, let's do something easy. So, I wanted to be debt-free, and that was my goal to pay off my car loan. So I said, okay. So to do that, I looked at my budget. I was like, okay, the only way to make this happen if I cook more meals at home. So I have my goal says I want to be debt free. Okay, so the only way to do that, if let's say I cook meal prep at home, that saves me more money. So I try and find ways to make it happen so I can pay off my car sooner. And once I pay off my car, it's like just like little things to start small. Like, okay, go work your way backwards. And that's something that people tend to forget. They think, oh, I'm going to write a novel. I'm going to be a I'm going to be an author. And then get so overwhelmed. And they're like, I don't know how to do this. I have to write a whole book and it doesn't work. So what you do is just set a goal. It's just like, okay, write 1 page a day. So if you need to write 265 pages, that's 1 year from today. So 1 page a day. And if you get inspired, keep writing. If you didn't, that's fine. Just try what you can for that day, for 1 page. So I would say just work backwards from your biggest goal and just break it down, and then just create these action items. So let's say I want to make my first feature film, and obviously I feel overwhelmed. It's like, oh my God, I have to write a big script. I have to plan a whole shoot. I have to edit the whole film, make music. It just gets, and then you have distribution. So it's like, okay, this is too much. So right now, okay, I'm gonna go back to the novel plan where it's like, okay, I'm gonna write 5 pages on the script per day, and then once it's done, my next action item is to get feedback, make tweaks, and then my next action item could be break down the script for shooting schedule, really break it down to small action items to make it feel like it's achievable. Because that's something people tend to forget. It's like, well, how am I going to be in Olympics, being a marathon runner? That's impossible. That's too overwhelming. I had to be professional. I have to be healthy already. I was like, no. You got 4 years. I think that's possible. You just need to find a personal trainer that specializes in it. You're going to have to change the way you eat. Really break it down, and I think anything's possible. You just take it one day at a time.
That's so true. You touched on small consistently, and some people are so what's the word? Nowadays it's we have the microwave mindset. We want it instantly, but it takes small, consistent, everyday results. As I go into the gym, you're not gonna see. I go to the gym, and you're not going to lose weight or you're not going to gain muscle overnight. It's small, consistent. Okay, I'm going to this gym on Monday. Okay, I'm coming back on Tuesday. Let me give a rest on Wednesday, Thursday. it builds and builds, and you'll see the results. Hope that analogy works.
Yeah.
But we're gonna wrap it up. My last question is like, what advice would you give for those who are going through like hard times, or people are finding like a career, or what advice would you give the audience today?
I would say find something that you like, or find something that you might enjoy and learn everything about it. Learn everything that you can about it. And that way you can be, specialize in it. And if you feel like you want to move on, then find something else that relates to what you were studying. Or there's nothing wrong with knowing a lot of different things. So it's okay if you feel like, oh, I don't enjoy this job anymore. Okay, well, what's making you excited next? Like, is it like for example, for me, because I've been editing for the last 10 years, it's over time. There are times where I'm like, this is so annoying. So I was like, okay, let me fly a drone for a while. So I went to I started studying the course to become a drone operator, like certified drone operator, and I started flying, and I was getting inspired. Like I was just doing something that's still in the same field but different, and it created more creativity. So when I went back to editing, I was getting that refreshment break from it. So I feel like it's okay to change your mind about different things. Just just learn a lot about it, and sometimes it adds value to what you're doing on set, because like as a director, having that have that strong background of editing made me a better director, because I know how it's going to get put together in the edits, and where I'm shooting something, it's like, okay, we definitely need this, or we don't need this moment or this shot. It adds so much value. So there's nothing wrong with doing a lot of different things. So I don't know what you think.
Wow, I really like that. Thank you so much. It's been almost an hour. We had a good conversation. I hope the audience gained a lot of value and gems. Thank you so much. I want to see you keep inspiring the deaf community, and you even inspired me. Like when I discovered you, I was like, wow, it's really inspiring the next generation to see what is possible. You know what I mean? And I want you to just keep doing that, and that why is going to keep pushing you, like, why am I doing this? Why am I waking up? It's like, I have the purpose, getting up every single day, inspiring myself and the people, keep doing that. Do you have any movies or any, I don't know, or course or anything people should know, like anything you're working on, or not yet? Or you don't want to discover?
Let's just say I'm trying to put together a deaf movie. Yeah.
So, a deaf movie?
A deaf movie. A deaf feature film.
When is it going to be at Netflix or Showtime?
It's still early in the process.
Okay.
But
next August 2025?
I like that. Maybe not.
Okay. All right.
But what I wanted to do, because I've seen a lot of deaf movies where they focus on your disability, and I was like, I just want a movie where it doesn't fully focus on your disability. I want to treat them like normal people in the story. So I'm trying to put together a script that does that kind of concept. So it's supposed to be funny and action. So we'll see. I'll let you know.
Okay. Thank you. Yeah. Take care.
Yeah.